We have a comment from Andrew or Drew in the chat, and he says, I agree with trust of the code base. Managers who struggle with this usually haven't seen the results of investing in TDD, pairing/mobbing, frequent demos, automated deployments, and other development practices. When we're talking about different engineering practices, some obviously can take more time than others. Which would you all do first and why? And you can each take this question if you have different answers or perspectives.
You're saying which of the practices would we begin with?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, someone just asked a question. Would you introduce, and that's part of this, right? Would you introduce TDD in a dev team when there's already a code base that has hardly any tests? And I would go, absolutely yes. And then we talked about that. Those are called characterization tests, right? So you have the behavior of the code already there. Let's make sure that we understand what that is, right? So first, wrap all of the implementation with test, and then you can use your Sonar Cube or whatever system you're using to see what the coverage is, and then you can start refactoring too. So now that you have the behavior and the feedback from your test, now you can safely start refactoring. So to your question, absolutely yes.
I would add to that while we're doing that, in the process of introducing tests, like Wyatt described the characterization tests, I would introduce some pretty strong architectural refactoring and introducing some boundaries so that the next tests that we write are faster and easier. I think in terms of the practices that we use, what I think the thing that stands out to me about all of them together is that these are things that remove what's slow about software development. And I think TDD is definitely one of the early ideas I would introduce into a code base to kind of start that cycle. Also, architectural separation, like I'm describing, of dependencies from logic, and I think where you start has to involve I think pairing and mobbing, so that everybody sees you introducing these things together and the ideas spread. So if one of us is, if we're just off in a corner doing these amazing things and everybody else is proceeding with business as usual, you're not going to make any progress at all.
Okay. I've seen so we've been in organizations where they say, well, we do pairing all the time. And when we go and we observe, yeah, there are two people sitting together, but one person is writing the code, right? One person is doing everything. The other person is, checking on their Amazon order, that sort of thing. So, there are patterns to pairing to keep everyone involved and making sure that we're doing true pairing, right? Not just sitting together. There's a huge difference.
Actually, I have a couple of follow-ons on that one. One is, I was someplace where they were using sort of a shu-ha-ri approach to trying to adopt and transform. And they were asking me, what's your shu, which is the very beginning level for like TDD. And I said, okay, new code comes with new tests, and changed code comes with tests around the changes. Now, I'm asking for these to come together. I would prefer that they were writing them test first, but I'm essentially just getting them to bring them together and to commit them together. So the new code comes with new tests and change code comes with tests around the changes. Now, if you keep doing that, you don't have to, some folks want to stop and try to, characterize the world. And I'm like, nope. Just use your change process, your backlog. What do we need to change next? And just apply those rules as you go. And what will happen is you'll find that parts of your code base are more often visited than others. And so as you actually start to apply tests to those areas, like little areas of stability with good testing will start to emerge out of your code base, and they're where you happen to be spending time anyway.